Hi, my name is Jared. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Mettle Men in the Making. I've just not long finished David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me. I actually listened to it on Audible, which was great. I've really enjoyed some of his podcasts or interviews. Rich Roll did a really good one, and Impact Theory was another one that I listened to. Really enjoyed a lot of his stuff. And for those of you that don't know, David Goggins is an ultramarathon runner and former Navy SEAL. He was a record holder at one time in most chin-ups in 24 hours. Great book, really inspiring individual. I suppose, some of you might be thinking, what does a dad of young children in Brisbane have in common with a former Navy SEAL, ultramarathon runner, etc., etc. I suppose, I think it's all of us can agree that raising kids is sufficiently difficult. Maybe not hell week difficult, or maybe not running 100 miles non-stop difficult, but it's very challenging at times. And for those of you who don't know, we've got twin infants, and the first 12 months was difficult to say the least. Mostly just around lack of sleep. Found it very challenging to operate with all the regular stresses of life, with the addition of caring needs of the children, or care requirements of the children, and then obviously operating on very minimal sleep. One phrase that stuck out to me the most from listening to David Goggins' stuff was, "This is my life now." And I've modified that only slightly just to really sort of target it to raising kids. And that is to say, this is my life now, for now. This really changed the first 6 to 12 months of raising the boys, in that there is some really difficult times. You're exhausted, you're walking back and forth at midnight with a small child that won't sleep. I'm trying to let my wife get a few extra hours sleep because of the immense demand placed on her, and I try not to get her up before 1 or 2 a.m. And instead of really getting run down by that, once I started implementing this phrase, I was like, this isn't going to last forever. And now already the boys are sleeping through, which is great. They come with their own challenges now. But again, this is my life now, for now. The boys are young now, and there's heaps of positive things to that won't be around forever. And there's also some negatives that go along with that. But I suppose the way that David was talking about it was in Hell Week. And he just said, I think it was in his third Hell Week, he just said, look, this is my life now. And once he said that and internalized it, something changed inside of his mind, and he was just able to endure so much more, because he's like, there is no outside life, there is no laying in a comfy bed, there is no just going out to dinner with your friends, or just having a cruisy job. There is only Hell Week. And I suppose for me, we really wanted to have kids. I've really enjoyed the time that we've had with our boys, and it just reinforced that this is what I want, and this is our life now, for now. There is no sleeping through the night, there is no going out to dinner, there is none of those things, but there's heaps of other benefits to having the small kids. I suppose when you say this is my life now, it's just removing some of the thoughts about where you could be. So in the book and in the podcast, he talks about, if you think about where you could be when you're going through Hell Week, then you're going to ring the bell. And I suppose, there is no ringing the bell as a parent. There's sort of doing it well and doing it less well, I suppose. But to really do it well and to be your best, you can't be thinking about, I could be out at dinner with friends, or I could be relaxing, or I could just be watching a movie. in the middle of the night, you're like, I could be sleeping. There's just no agency. You are where you are. This is your life right now. I'm standing here holding this small child. This is where I need to be. And once I really adopted that, I'd put on a podcast, and I'd just walk back and forth, and I'd listen to something that I enjoyed listening to, and eventually go back to sleep, and I'd lay down. I'd be much more relaxed, much more likely to go back to sleep. It didn't work all the time. Still get frustrated, still get exhausted, still reach breaking point, but it's just a really helpful phrase, and I encourage you, if you're a parent of any age kids, this is your life now, but it's only 4 now, and some of these times are going to go by, and I think already we look back and we're like, man, we can't even remember what it was like back then. The kids are sleeping through now, they're walking now. It's already so different in even in the last sort of 2 months. They've had so many changes, and it's really great to see. But you already start missing some of those times from before, where you're like, oh, they were so little, or they were so different, or it was enjoyable in different ways back then, and we'll keep doing that, no doubt, all the way through. So I know this statement is not a particularly profound statement, but it's profound in the effect that it's had on me, and it's something that helped me get through a very difficult time raising our infant twins, getting them through those earlier months, and it's definitely had a profound impact on my life, and will have a lasting impact. The boys are so young now; they're not quite talking, they're not quite running. It's such an exciting time. They're changing so fast, but they're also teething. They're also having sleep regressions, but just trying to soak up each phase as much as we can, both the negative and the positive, because this is my life now, but it's only 4 now, and as much as I'm looking forward to the boys growing up and becoming more active, and we can start kicking a ball and start throwing a ball, I think I'm really going to miss this age, and I'm going to look back on this time with really fond memories. I hope you can try to apply this simple phrase in your own life. I encourage you to pick up David Goggins' book, and whether you're a parent or you're not a parent, I think you'll find it a super helpful book, and even just this phrase, I think you'll find super helpful at various times in your life. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.